Alright, cool. So we're seeing Warrior versus Handlock. We do know it's Handlock because we did just cast Retro's entire game where he played Handlock for a 3-0 victory over his opponent, Lee Maker. Hopefully we get to see Lee Maker's deck, which would be nice. Although no, I'm totally incorrect. It's we're seeing Retro choosing to play the Warrior, which is interesting. So this would be a bit of a mix-up. I'm looking forward to this. And it may be that Demon Lock Warrior with Trogzor. This is gonna be great. And we're seeing like a strange OTK Warrior come out of Retro. So this is what we missed. In the Foam Cup game. Bit of ingenuity. We did see in our first game that we casted. Well, no. Yeah, the first game we casted, we saw an aggro Warrior. It didn't do the greatest, but it was definitely entertaining to watch. Bit different. Nothing wrong with something a bit different. It did at one stage take down one of the classes because it was 3-1. So we're gonna see the Arathi kind of pick up some sick value. This Mrs. Depayne is pretty scary though. There's not a lot of ways for the Warrior can deal with it pretty handily with a Death Bite or even the other weapon here, or possibly a Cruel Taskmaster, although that's a bit risky. But I mean, if the Warlock really values his creature right now, he'd Earthen Ring Farseer it. But instead we're seeing him choose to grab his health, which maybe I don't totally agree with, just because he already had full health, so it kind of wastes the Mistress of Pain. But oh well, it means the Arathi can pretty handily trade into it. I really think the Farseer play was the correct play there, because we would have seen the Warlock having to use both the Arathi, or even playing the Death Spite here to clear the Mistress of Pain, and then we'd be down a whole charge. So, bit interesting. And then yeah, so I guess maybe SafetoSay was cruising for the Demon Fire a little bit earlier, just to coordinate with the Mistress of Pain. Oh, yes, this is gonna be good. So it's like I'm gonna guess here and say this is kind of a demon handlock thing. Aiming to draw a lot of cards, and then at some point get any number of awesome combos, and hopefully don't blow Jaraxxus with a is it Demon Caller? I'm gonna be calling it Void Caller. That's confusing, but cool. So just to save myself calculating lethal in a couple of turns. Right now, if he were to play Raging Worgen, Charge, and Cruel Taskmaster out of hand, we'd have 2, 4. So we'd have an 8-2 Raging Worgen Charge, which does 16 damage. So once he's on 8 mana, the Warlock is effectively on 3 health from this point. So something like a secondary charge on the Molten Giant, which is also terrifying. Oh man, actually, if he had a coin, it'd be lethal. Whoa. This would be interesting. If the Handlock hasn't guessed by this point that it is an OTK Warrior, which the Warrior hasn't really indicated, then we are going to see game 1 go to Retro. Wow. So the heads up play at this point would be, oh man, can he Siphon Soul his own minion? Yeah, he'd have to Siphon Soul his own minion to live. Because we got 4, 8, 16. No, he's one off. He's one short. He is one short. That's scary. That's really scary. we can see Retro doing the math on this one. So just to recap, guys, 8 mana will deliver on 2 plus 4, 8, 16. So 8 mana for 16 damage. So if he plays the Inferno here, then that is going to be the loss. Although Trogzor is pretty terrifying. We may just see a brawl at this point. And hope unless of course he draws a new and in a rage, in which case that will be lethal. Okay, Corcoran's good. He could at this point go for the Molten Giant with charge. So the Molten Giant with charge instead does 10, 12. But I'd say we're going to see a brawl.
But it's going to summon the Dread Inferno.
Yes, that is pretty terrifying. So if we see the Trogzor in... Yeah, okay, that's
with no battle cry, because it doesn't trigger the battle cry.
Yeah, that's true. So Demon Fire is gonna end the game here. or even the Defender Vargas. So it was close. We did see the Warlock, unbeknownst to him, get within 1 damage of losing this game, but just a bit of unlucky RNG off of the Brawl as resulted in the Retro pulling out the win with this kind of unique aggro-ish warrior. Actually looking a bit disappointing that we won't get to see. Well, sorry, no. Warlock's pulled off the win with his Demon Lock. I always say that wrong. But yeah, so it's a pity we don't get to see more of the aggro warrior, but we will get to see more of this this unique demon handlock thing. So once again, we still keep getting this glitch. Oh, I hate the friendsless glitch with a passion. Cool.
Yeah, you have to quit and restart the whole freaking thing.
Well, actually, no. The way I found around it is you can just, because I play in windowed mode, because my computer's not that great. The way I've gotten around it is I just readjust the window size and it corrects it. So I'd say it's a display issue. It might even be something to do with the resolution I'm playing at, but oh well. So yeah, so we do see game 1 go to the handlock. So congrats to him. I'll adjust the overlay in a second, but it looks like the guys are preparing to go into battle. They're preparing to go into game. So yeah, they have gone into game. Gonna be spectating Retro again. And yeah, we do get the friendsless gift. Awesome. So we'll have to wait a second on the mulligans. Yeah, of course, Eddie playing his strange handlock thing. Looking forward to that. Cool. And what's appearing to be an aggro hunter, just on account of the Undertaker at this point. Sorry about all this, guys. It's taking a lot to get rid of the friendsless glitch.
You're dead.
So yeah, turn 1 Undertaker, always a good play for the hunter. I'm sure he's looking to draw into a bit more Death Rattle, maybe even a Leponome, or it could depend. We could be seeing some sort of a mechy hunter thing, which is unheard of considering how good the Metal Tooth Leaper is. But yeah, so in the Warlock's hand, we do see the Owl, Sludge Belcher, and Farseer, which are all really good answers to a lot of what the hunter is able to bring early game, and Jiraxis for his late game. So this could go pretty well for the Warlock. But we'll see how the hunter is able to establish aggression early. Maybe a good Misha roll here would really go well for the hunter. Taipan, are you able to talk at the moment, or are we still waiting for you to finish eating?
No, I can't talk.
Alright, can't talk. All fun. Oh, all good. So we'll just touch that up. So obviously we had the Retro lost with his warrior.
I can ease your pain.
And it was pretty sad for the hunter that he didn't have a turn 2 or 3 Death Rattle minion, and there he gets his web spinner.
Yeah, he would have loved to see that about a turn ago. We could still see well, even now, like the web spinner having 2 attack is still working alright. He's gonna have to trade a fair amount of minions into the Leok to clear that one out. What do you think the play is? He hasn't really got a full mana play. Do you just Farseer here, or are you looking to tap into something?
You could silence the web spinner and life tap.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Get rid of the Leok with both minions.
Yeah, that is true. Hey, yeah, I guess it's an option. I don't think we're gonna see him make the same mistake with. No, okay. I still really value the Mistress of Pain of my own health. I guess it's a new minion and it's taken a little bit to get used to, but if you didn't know, Mistress of Pain heals you every time you deal damage. So by using the Farseer on yourself and losing the Mistress, you could actually end up working out worse off than if you'd healed the Mistress. So yeah, a bit interesting.
And also the other way of looking at it is saving the Owl for the Savannah, like we were talking about before.
Yeah, definitely.
Savannah, so maybe that was a little bit better.
Possibly.
I wonder.
I can't imagine him doing anything other than sludge belching. He could tap here for. I don't think he's not going to be playing Ancient Watches in this deck, just because the amount of.
He really wants to kill that Tundra Rhino, because if he dropped the Savannah on turn 6 with charge, basically.
Well, even now, even the Cult Master's a really good draw. Or the Mukla. Oh, Wow, that's scary. A 3 charge 5/5. That's letting him clear the sled dodger really nice. And then if that Mukla is able to live for another turn, which I can't see it doing with the Farseer. Although the Farseer may go for the Tundra Rhino, in which case that Houndmaster is going to get a lot of value. We're going to start, of course, seeing the Hunter be able to play a card in Hero Power, which starts putting the Warlock on a bit of a clock. But either way, Muklas are really generally sometimes played in mill decks against Handlock, just so you can fill the Handlock's hand with bananas, because obviously bananas are a little bit less, a little bit worse off than your giants, and then you can end up actually milling him really effectively. But we are going to see the Warlock just sitting comfortably with 8 cards. And here's the player I was talking about before with the Houndmaster on the Mukler, presenting a really, really scary threat. Probably hoping to roll. We'll check this secret. So we've got a freezing trap and the explosive trap. Oh wow! If the Warlock's able to go another turn, we could actually see the Mal'Ganis and Jaraxxus play. Which, wow, that's pretty hard for a hunter to deal with. Like even with these 2 traps.
His Void Caller won't work because it's just going to get freezing trapped instantly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, he could somehow get a taunt off here.
And also, there's a high chance it will summon either Jaraxxus or the Dread Inferno.
Yes.
Or
well, if it gets the Mal'Ganis here, that's pretty big.
as well. Yeah.
If only there was a way for him to kill it this turn. Because I mean, as the hunter, you're not looking to proc a Void Caller and get a Mal'Ganis come out. You're really not. So, Houndmaster tracking skill command is lethal. So, let's see what happens. Well, actually, no. With the explosive trap, he may feel like he doesn't need to tracking.
Yeah.
Slap himself's a very good answer for the Mukler. Again, the Warlock is pretty much just praying he's able to get the Mal'Ganis off. Because that pretty much means that the Hunter's hero power effectively becomes do nothing for 2 mana, which is a big deal considering your Warlock's now hero power becomes draw a card, don't suffer any consequences at all.
I would have attacked with the Mistress of Pain and used the banana on the owl, and then I could have killed both Houndmasters.
Yeah, that actually might have been the better play. Although he could value the Mistress of Pain banana play, because he does need to heal outside of skill command.
But he doesn't kill the both Houndmasters.
No, he kills. He gets the Mal'Ganis this way, I guess, and then he still heals up to 4. So no,
because it's a 1 in 4 shot. It's too random. It's not making the safest play.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Definitely, I think that banana play you were talking about might have been a little bit better. Obviously, by this point, the Warlock doesn't really have a way to survive a anti-hero power, unless it's got Mal'Ganis. I mean, that is kind of a bit of a change up to the matchup, but we are going to see game 2 go to Eddie Reese, beating the game 2 going to Eddie Reese. I'm just gonna call him Eddie Reese, beating Retro beating Eddie Reese with his Hunter, so taking down the Handlock, or Demon Lock in this case. So we'll look to set up for game 3. Just adjust the overlay. Oh, perfect. Got it in 1. Cool. That's it. For those watching at home, we are just kind of having a practice cast, I guess, practice match. We like streaming. It's fun. It's cool making the words, doing the thing. But this friendsless glitch is really killing me. I think if that pops up in a major tournament at the moment, we're gonna see Blizzard hot patch that. But otherwise, we're all just gonna suffer. They have gone into game, so I'm just gonna go spectate Retro.
Well, I remember there was that issue a while ago between RDU and Amaz about people accusing RDU of screen sniping Amaz.
Yeah.
In, like, a massive tournament. And that was like months before they added spectator mode. It wasn't like a week after it happened.
That's interesting. Okay, so we do see the Hunter Mulligan a little aggressively choosing to keep the Unleash the Hounds. The warrior, however, has drawn a pretty good answer in his Sludge Belcher and both of his Taskmasters. I'm gonna go with this. This does seem like a control warrior. We're not gonna see some more crazy aggro warrior shenanigans. Hunter again, pretty standard Hunter. Although the inclusion of Arcane Shot is maybe debatable. I would have thought sometimes you see Hunters prioritize the double Hunter's Mark over playing a second Arcane Shot, which may mean we're gonna see Garzilla. What do you think, Type M?
Some hunters taking Arcane Shot for the Undertaker on turn 1 before the nerf. So they had a 1 mana answer to Undertaker.
Okay. Alright.
So it buffed with 3 health.
But now that we're post Undertaker nerf, do you think that would an Arcane Shot would telegraph a Garzilla?
Another way hunters use the Arcane Shot is in combination with Wild Pyromancer, like in say a priest deck with Holy Smite.
Yeah.
Because Holy Smite and Arcane Shot are basically the same thing.
Okay.
1 mana, 2
yeah. I don't think we're gonna see the Pyromancer in such an aggro hunter deck, but I've been wrong before, and will continue to be wrong, and upload said wrongness to the
Sometimes
internet.
you do see a Pyromancer.
Okay, yeah, I know, definitely. So at this point, are we looking to coin the Savannah High main, or are we looking for the Tundra Rhino? Because Tundra Rhino makes the Savannah Handblade play better.
I would coin the Savannah here.
Because I guess the logic behind this is that either one dies to the Death's Bite, so maybe he's just trying to get rid of the high mana cost and still get Beast out. We'll see.
It's lucky for the hunter that the warrior doesn't have like a shield slam or a execute, because he would have been able to easily deal with the Savannah.
We do see the warrior has drawn a shield slam.
On my screen, it's purple and 0 mana, so I don't know if that's the same for you.
You might be like 10 seconds behind me.
Okay, I'll just leave and rejoin.
Yeah, okay, it's we're having a bit of issues with Spectre thing. Of course, we were lucky not to have all this happen when we were casting the Foam Cup, but it's fine. It's still fun. But yeah, no, he did draw a shield slam. So, but again, he's got nothing to really work with it. We could see him attack in, shield up. Okay, we're gonna see a bit of a different play. I guess he wants to establish a lot more minions so he can get more armor.
I would have just thrown down the Shield Maiden and just gone YOLO Shield Maiden.
Oh, this play. Well, he chooses not to shield slam, but that would have let him clear out one of the Savannah High mains with all the armor that he was getting off the Armor Smith. Bit interesting. Although a second shield Savannah High main is definitely good for the hunter, but the warrior does have a really good answer for that, and we are pushing towards a Kel'Thuzad turn, so the shield maiden shield slam lends itself to that.
Although another strong play for warrior is turn 7 Shield Maiden Shield Slam.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking to do with this Tundra instead of the high main. The cleave. What is with so many warriors playing cleave? I've got nothing against the cleave, but it's just to see a card go from not really played to. I mean, we've seen it in what, like 3 other games we've cast.
It deals with aggro.
Yeah. But,
so like say they play 2 manas at the start of the game, like really fast, like Undertaker Leponome, or like Web Spinner Leponome. On your turn 2, you can kill both of them at the same time. So it speeds you up, it gets you ahead at dealing with aggro at the start of the game.
You know what I've noticed, Taipan? We're really good at just not talking about secrets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been all right. Like
I did look at it, but I didn't say what it was.
no, it's yeah, we're not the greatest at looking at secrets, but again, that's why we practice. That's why we do this. But yeah, all good. So yeah, so at this point, it feels like the warrior is gonna have an opportunity to stabilize. If he does play the Savannah High main, we are gonna see the Kel'Thuzad play pretty nicely in that. Instead, choosing to use the kill command. That's pretty heads up. That's pretty heads up from the hunter. I guess still valuing his hero power at this point, because you don't really want to, particularly against warrior, you don't want to be playing your hand down to nothing, and then find them drop Alex Strasser into Ysera into Rag into Dr. Boom, which we haven't seen out of the Warrior yet. So he could. There is a case to cleave. Cleave maybe. You could Cruel Taskmaster cleave, and that would take the damage down from 5 to 2, which is alright.
He really wanted like a Sludge Belcher or Shiv Maiden left alive, so he could play Kel'Thuzad and get it to resummon them.
Yeah, still the RNG is with us. Safe to say, RNG is definitely with him. It's still not a good answer today, Armor Smith. Although I guess he's not going to worry about it. It can get a bit out of hand if he is able to establish a nice big board, get a Kel'Thuzad play, and just keep slamming minions off of the Armor Smith. How would you feel about Alex Strassering the Hunter? It's not the ideal play, but when are you going to get an opportunity to do that much damage to him? At least that would kind of let him know that you're in charge. Kind of.
If the Hunter had both kill commands in hand, that would be lethal. On
we have seen one played though.
I just even without seeing the Hunter's hand, if I was playing with the Warrior, I would just be scared of. I'd be thinking about that.
Okay.
And I'd be scared of dying.
So this does kind of achieve a similar thing. Still deals with the high main. Obviously, you're not doing that much damage to the Hunter, but you've just gone straight up to 27. So
I don't think he attacked with the Armor Smith, or maybe I.
No, he did. He used the Armor Smith to kill the Savannah high main.
All right.
Hence why we have two little dudes. Alright, Hunter choosing again to 5th place. So how far? We're a fair while off lethal for the Warrior. You would have really liked to see that live, because then it would make his Kel'Thuzad play amazing. Pretty much Kel'Thuzad, you know, summon 2/2 2/2s. 2/2/2s, yeah. How do you feel about Big Game Hunter as well? It's again, a lot of hunters are playing Dr. Boom, but are you trying to preempt that?
I was watching a live stream that Reynad was casting, and he was saying when the Warrior gets matched against Hunter, the best turn 3 against Hunter is Big Game Hunter, because it can answer the animal companion.
That's true.
It doesn't matter if it's Misha, Leok, or Huffer. You can just trade the Big Game Hunter into the animal companion. That's true.
It does feel like the Warrior's really trying to play into the good Kel'Thuzad turn. He doesn't have great options. Like, at what point are you just slamming Kel'Thuzad for it to be a 6/8? Because you've lost your board like successively 2 or 3 turns now. You know, they're not going to run out of cards anytime soon.
It's pretty much a dead card now. Because if the Hunter just keeps clearing the board, he will never be able to play Kel'Thuzad and get any value out of it.
Mind you, they're only like halfway through the decks, so we've still got plenty of fight in both of them. Big shout out to both Safe to Say and Retro. If you're tuning into the stream, we told you not to, but we're still gonna shout it out. I don't know. It's just this whole ghosty things. It hasn't really got me on edge, but we do stream the proper games on a fairly high delay, and we haven't seen much people deliberately roping. If anything, just the sheer pressure of having to live up to such awesome casting makes everyone play really fast, or at least that's what I'm going to go with. Alright, Gromash here. Gromash execute. This does play fairly into an Alex Strasser turn.
Oh,
that's pretty big though. That's pretty huge. Wow. There's not many better ways for a Hunter to deal with a Gromash than the Gladiator's Longbow. Thank you. So I don't know whether you're watching Tides of Time stream last night, but he's been screwing around with a Blingtron deck. Yeah, but it's handlocked Blingtron, and I was watching him play against a Rogue, and he Blingtroned and got something terrible, and the Rogue got the Gladiator's Longbow, and then next turn went double deadly poison. It was double deadly poison attack, then double Goblin Barber just to BM, and then Blade Flurry for like some crazy turn 6 lethal. It was he's still playing Blinktron last I saw. So interesting. Warrior choosing there to use the shield block and get himself up a little bit. He definitely is pushing kind of out of the range of Hunter. I mean, again, like we're talking about dead cards in Kel'Thuzad, but Unleash the Hounds at this point, like both of them are really dead on an empty board. Even Explosive Trap's not that great.
Really true. Yeah.
And you know, if the Warrior's at a hero power up, he's only really going to be taking 2 damage a turn. He's obviously 5 health less off of the Gladiator's longbow, but you know.
The only value he could get out of it an Unleash is if he gets Hunter's Mark, and he just goes spell Unleash and removes like Alexstrasza.
See, the only problem I see with Alexstrasza is unless the Warrior is running Taunt, the Hunter is very easily able to grab or possibly able to grab a Freezing Trap, which makes Alexstrasza unplayable after it attacks. So I maybe would have just checked for the secret, just because you don't see Control Warriors play many other charges outside of the
and
Grommash.
Also it's not just to do with Alexstrasza, but you think of like any 9-mana minion.
Yeah. Even like a 10 mana Kel'Thuzad's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do see an Explosive Trap for the Hunter. So he's able to pretty much guarantee do 2 damage to the Warrior, which is negated by the Warrior's hero power. But on board we've got 3, 5, 7, 8 plus the trap, which is fine, but plus hero power. He is facing down lethal, and really his best way to deal with all this would be armor up, shield slam one of the 1/1s, execute the 2/1, which feels bad. That just feels really bad. It's even a risk if he plays a big minion here. Like if he plays his big game Hunter and he only executes, then just the double unleash the Hound is still going to be lethal. So he's probably not thinking about that play, but if there's any reason not to play big game Hunter, it's because of the Unleash the Hounds. I bet he actually has a way to clear the beast, so he can play around skill command, because if he goes armor up, shield slam this minion that he's choosing to execute, but instead shield slam he wants to shield slam the Rhino and kill it with these two the axe and shield slam. He would have actually made it so there wouldn't be a beast on board, which would kind of play against skill command. Whereas in this case, he's just dead. So I don't know whether I quite agree with that play. A little bit different, but we are going to see game 1, 2. We're going to see game 3 go to the Hunter, knocking out the control deck. So I'm not 100% sure what SafetoSay actually is going to play Mage next. We know that. So yeah, we'll see Mage coming out. Might be Mech Mage. We have seen Mech Mage sweep in the past, so who knows? It might happen.
Is this 2-1 for retro?
Yep. Yep. It's 2-1 for retro. So we'll just update. So that was SafetoSay's Warrior knocked out. Well played by retro. Pretty heads up. Maybe SafetoSay could have played a little bit differently, but again, hindsight's 20/20. And yeah, I don't know how I felt about that Alexstrasza. I would have liked to see it a little bit earlier, just because it did feel like a dead card. It did feel like he was definitely trying to play into the Kel'Thuzad pretty hard, and it looks like both the players haven't waited and they've gone into game. So let's get it going. 2 seconds, guys. Just heading into game. I have updated the overlay to show the current bans.
SafetoSay's Mage versus
I just gotta fix my friends list because we can't see the mage's mulligans. Sorry, stream. That's this friends list bug. Alright, cool. Eddie Reese. We might catch it if we're lucky. Nah, sorry guys. So we will see Eddie Reese's hand come up in a sec.
Job done.
When spectator mode stops deciding a glitch.
I would coin a mad scientist here. Just get it out early.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So, Shayna Naxxramas, Knife Juggler. What are we looking at? What are we looking at here?
Can't really tell.
I'd love to say maybe he's playing not Mirror Entity, but what's the card that summons the 2/02 taunts for you? Just to synergize with the Knife Jug a little bit. But that's a bit of a maybe. Right now, I think probably we're gonna see come out of the edit scene.
I know Hogger summons the 2/2 taunt.
That's true. That's actually true. So maybe we could see Hogger. We have seen weirder stuff. Just gonna get that.
Or another an old combo was with Echoing Ooze.
That's true. Or maybe even maybe the Echo of Medivh. He could like triple Knife Jugglers, pretty scary. And then following that, 6 Knife Jugglers playing successive 1/1s. Like a Hogger, okay, Hogger and 5 Knife Jugglers. So that makes Hogger a summon a 2/2, do 5 damage to the board. That's pretty terrifying. Although that's a bit far fetched, I think. We'll see. We'll see. I think if you can play that combo, you could just play Freeze Mage and do something similar. Pretty standard stuff. Gonna see the Web Spinner come out here. I maybe would have waited on the Wolf just to get the 1/1 value because he's well, I guess it doesn't matter because the Mad Side is gonna trade in. Check the secrets for you guys. We do have a Mirror Entity, so it's a Mirror Entity in the Mage's secret. Just gonna touch that up a little bit. Cool. Okay, there we go, guys. Just so you can see the secret. So yeah, I'm gonna see the Hunter go face. By going face, he has checked for. He's checked for a couple of things, but he still might think still could think it's duplicate, or possibly even might even be could be Ice Block. I wouldn't be surprised. See a lot of mages just run a random Ice Block because it is such a kind of a improve some matchups anyway. But we'll see how it goes. Again, getting the Muckler off of the Web Spinner. They were pretty clutch. The Muckler's been pretty good. Like the Web Spinner to give you a Muckler, that's all right.
That's both games he's gotten the Muckler.
If he does choose to play it here, he is going to, however, give the Mage.
Oh no.
He's going to get the Mage, and we look at that is a Counterspell, which counterspells the. Was it Secret?
Oh.
Yeah. Freezing Trap. Yeah. So now we see the. Yeah, okay, this is really good for the Mage. Bananas, Unstable Portal, Mukla on field. That's pretty solid.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for the PM. So how would you feel about Unstable Portaling and then maybe Bananaing just to help your Mukla live if worse comes to worse?
I'd go Sludge and Trade with the Muckler. Just remove both of them.
Right. Bit of a different play here, going for the piloted Shredder. I guess that does add a bit more minion value to the board, and you didn't actually see the Unleash the Hounds from the Hunter last game, so you're not playing around it. Well, you may not be playing around it. I mean, again, you'd expect it to be in a Beast Hunter, but you can't just assume. It'd be interesting to see if he, instead of killing the Muckler here, sets up for the Explosive Trap to wipe both the Shredder and the Shaded Extremis.
Well, no, because you'd have to throw all 3 Hounds into the Shade because it gets +1 health.
Ah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is true. Instead, he's gone with just keeping these on board. I guess he's not too worried about the Flame Strike, and if this is a pretty terrible board to Blizzard. So again, the Unstable Portal can grab anything 4 and below, and he would be able to play it. No, he can grab anything 7 and below. Oh wow, yeah, I'd Unstable Portal here just to get a nice big minion out, and then have another big minion come out for Dr. Boom. Oh, and saying that, Unstable Portal can grab from anything. I'm just saying minions he could play. Choosing instead to trigger the trap, which plays in a Sludge Belcher. Okay. Wow, the Mage is really laying down the pain here. There might have been a case to Banana one of his minions, just so he can Dr. Boom next turn. Although we could see him Sylvanas Banana. But I'd imagine Dr. Boom is just a better play. There's not many better things to do on turn 7 than Dr. Boom. At least that's my opinion. Having Dr. Boom get played against me constantly and hating it.
Yeah, Dr. Boom is always an instant turn 7 play.
Well, unless you Druid. Well, even then, it's still awesome.
It's very, very rare that you would make a different play over playing Dr. Boom on turn 7.
This is
if you were really that far behind, or if you were really desperate.
Dr. Boom comes down. See, this is getting clunky for the hunter. He's got the Savannah. He can play a mad scientist here, and yeah, one of the only traits we haven't seen freezing trait. That's pretty much it. But the mage is showing on board 13, 14, 15, 18. So it's lethal for the mage. And if he wants to BM, he can go in with the boom bots and go for it. So he can afford to...
Oh, he can make a really big Van Cleef here.
Do it! Oh, I'm gonna see a mad Van Cleef. Cool. This is... Actually, no, we can dub this. We can dub this. We could get Epic Sax guy playing. I should have that as just like an audio channel constantly.
Van Cleef and then silence the Van Cleef for the ultimate BM.
Well, he'd have to go in with the boom bots just so he can play the minion. So we do see Eddie Reese take out Retro's Hunter, so that will take us to game 5, which is going to be Retro's Handlock versus SafetoSay's Mage. This could be interesting. Highlight VOD incoming, people. Okay, guys, we'll be right back. I'm just going to update the overlay, and I'll look forward to getting in game. This is good. I'm liking this. Cool. Wow. Big plays. Big plays coming out from SafetoSay. I mean, again, it was a really strong start. He got a lot of damage on the Hunter pretty early, so still interesting to see. We'll look forward to seeing... Well, obviously, we actually have seen Retro's Handlock. Although, in this case, he is allowed to play Priest, because we didn't nominate any bans. And yeah. Oh, my glitch is gone. Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? It just comes and goes. It is really it's gonna be the bane of my existence. I have a feeling because we are doing so much casting, but
I don't think they're gonna do anything about it until like at least next month.
Yeah, they're very good like that. Good old Blizzard. You know, being proactive about fixing major bugs. Who needs to? Oh, yeah, we're going into game now. Hopefully, I can catch the mulligans, guys. Again, spectating Retro. Oh no, I closed it. Oh, it's not doing it. What is this? Cool. It has blocked me from... Oh no, cool. Sweet. I'm gonna put up the, flip the cards. Sweet. So we do see double, he has mulliganed, and he's keeping the 2 Frostbolts. Wow, that's a lot of removal in the Warlock's hand though. For anyone who maybe didn't watch our first game, this is a pretty traditional handlock being played by Retro. It's a couple of weird things, but it's otherwise pretty standard stuff. Oh wow, that's except for the Molten Giants, that's an alright opening hand. The Mage gets the Mad Scientist of his mulligan, and the Kel'Thuzad. Okay, I didn't think he was playing the Kel'Thuzad, but this could be interesting. You still eating, Taipan?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry, man. Well, just out of curiosity, what are you eating at the moment? What delicious food?
Chicken parma.
So hungry. If there's a way for you to send that chicken parma to me, that'd be amazing. Is there a case? No, God no. You wouldn't drop the BGH on an empty board against handlock. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad play. So I'd say unless the handlock gets a Mountain Giant, he is gonna coin Twilight Drake. And saying that though, we did see him. Well, actually no, we did see him take the Twilight Drake over the Mountain Giant. Which I don't know how I feel about that. I really feel like a lot of the time, handlock, particularly with people running double BGH, is playing for the tempo. And yeah, great, you got your Mountain Giant out, but oh shucks, he BGH'd it. I don't know if that's the line of play you want to be following all the time. What do you think about all that, Taipan? Like just taking the 8/8, taking the 4 whatever versus the 8/8, and guaranteeing your tempo against something like a Freeze Mage.
If I had both Mountain Giant and Twilight in my hand, I would play Twilight Drake on turn 4 90% of the time, because on turn 5 the Mountain Giant would be 4 mana and you can life tap and play it for 3. Because if you went the other way and you played the Mountain first, you're kind of off curve if you played the
Interesting.
Twilight and had 1 mana left.
Oh, I totally agree with that. I totally agree. So, just looking at the board, we have just to casually commentate on the board. You know, just why not? Sorry to stop talking about other stuff, but we are seeing the mage get his piloted shredder down, and the mad scientist. That's a pretty solid 2-drop coming out of the pilot shredder. We do see the mirror entity, a very strong card against handlock. Because even if you get something like an ancient watcher, you're still sometimes able to use it. But close the handlock, not really playing again around the mirror entity and going for the sludge belcher. But
And also the Warlock knows this game that the mage has Dr. Boom in her deck, so
yeah.
he's going to hold on to the big game hunter to counter that.
Yeah, 100%. Although he doesn't know about the Kel'Thuzad, so if we see a similar board to this and Kel'Thuzad come down, it's gonna take some. Well, this is the thing. See, if I'm the mage, I'm thinking about the only way for a handlock to clear a board like this is off of Shadow Flame, and the only way he's gonna be able to Shadow Flame plus something is if I'm below what 6? Well, corresponding turn, he's going to need to be below 10 to be able to do that expectantly. He can still do a pretty good job clearing just with this Ancient Watcher, but say you clear that, this is where you see a lot of handlocks, particularly in competitive play. They like to, mages, playing against handlocks, they like to float the handlock at a health like this, because it causes the handlock to have these 2 really big dead cards. And I mean, you're free to set up an awesome board, and in a lot of ways that does play right into Kel'Thuzad. So, see, for an attack like this, I don't agree with taking 2 damage. What about you, Taipan?
Yeah, well, that's the way to beat handlock, is to always be careful about when you attack their face, because you never want to drop them anywhere below, I'd say, at least 17.
Yeah.
If they're on 16 health and they're on turn 6, they can just drop their Molten. So
See,
you
this is the
always
thing.
want to keep that in mind and control that as best you can.
See, this is the thing. Like, we wouldn't have seen the hell, the Hellfire come out. We would have seen probably a Sylvanas against that board. We wouldn't have seen the Molten Giant, but the Mage has only enabled this for himself. So we'll see how this plays out. He does have a pretty good answer with the BGH. He might be thinking about wanting to hold on to that because he hasn't seen any Dark Bombs. But I mean, there's no reason to do that because he doesn't want to take any damage. Probably gonna see him hold on to Frostbolt though, and yeah, again, now he's becoming conscious of it and he's not pinging. So, although I guess once you've seen one, you're free to ping because it's just stopping him using. Actually, no, you're only enabling anti-heal bot. Oh god, I hate Handlock. Handlock's hard to cast. It really is because there's so many big stuff and so many interesting plays. Anyway. I don't play enough handlock. I don't have a handlock deck. I mean, yeah.
And he's the mage is 1 mana off from playing the perfect turn because he could play Frostbolt and Kel'Thuzad and clear the Mountain Giant.
Yes. Yeah, that is true. I mean, Kel'Thuzad's not the worst thing. You can guaranteed clear the Giant. Although we're gonna see him play a little bit greedy, maybe. Well, actually, no. This is pretty safe.
He could counter spell and remove the Sun Fury.
I don't think we're going to see the mind control tech get much value, unless we see something crazy come out from the handlock.
Retro gets super greedy.
Yeah, definitely. So this is actually this plays actually all right for the mage. He's probably wanting Rag at this point. Rag would be really good for him. Because if we see a Mountain Giant and then tap, Rag is a very good answer, although we're not going to see that. So if you're wondering what the secret is, guys, it is a counter spell. So
well done. Yeah.
Oh, shucks. I'm only just, talking incessantly.
The mage would have had lethal there if she had both fireballs.
Yes, actually, yeah. Kel'Thuzad here is still strong. I mean, you're really looking for your ice block. 27 doesn't seem like a lot, but still, you're scared against. Ooh, okay, wow. he's still terrified of the mage drawing in a lot of secrets. And Hanzo Makano. Oh, why didn't we see this mage earlier? Oh, this would have been hilarious. It's fine. I feel like Health Hazard's maybe the line of play, just so you get death values. You get your Mana Worm back up to health. Because that means... actually, no, you're still not worried about Mount Giant, but by pinging the Giant there, you would have been guaranteed to clear in one way or another. But instead we see the Siphon Soul come out. Okay, type N. As the Warlock, seeing the Mage on 2 cards and seeing him already use a Frostbolt, do you at all think this is still Freeze Mage, or playing some variant of the combo?
Well, from a Warlock's point of view, I would assume that one of those cards would be Fireball, because he's been holding on to it the whole game for such a long time.
Well, I mean, I think he might have played it last turn if it was Fireball, because we had a Molten Giant at 6 health.
Yeah, but even then, you want to save it for lethal on the face.
So as I was saying, he doesn't really value the Mind Control tech. Although in this case, it is going to kill the Mountain Giant, up until the point that we see the Dark Bomb. So we're really seeing the Warlock, take control, and it's like I said, like the Mage is actually cruising for Ice Block at this point. He's facing down 13 damage. He knows the Warlock can bump that up by another 2 or 3, so it'll get close. It'll actually get close. Defender Raga take it. Actually, is that game? 10, 15, 18. One off lethal. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you don't see it, but just leaving a single Giant on the board for Warlock can be terrifying. And we're praying for the Doomsday here, I guess. Oh, okay. Okay, no Doomsayer. I don't think there's a way out, unless both these minions generate Taunt. Or even then, it's Shade stealthed and yeah, choosing instead ping the face. It's a pity. It's a pity. I would have really liked to see Hanzo Makano do a little bit more than Taunt 2 minions. We could see the Hellfire to win here, or it depends how much BM Retro wants to pull out at this point. That's the only thing really deciding the length of this game. Well played to Retro, taking out SafetoSay. So that makes Retro's record tonight. He's won both his matches. He's gone
2-0.
2-0. That's pretty solid. Although SafetoSay did give him a pretty solid run for his money. We're looking at it came down to the line there. There were points in which the Mage could have really taken control of the game and possibly ended it off a couple of decent draws, but just that Echo into a Hanzo into Shade just killed him. And not being able to find a way to deal with the Giant that was on board, because that Giant successfully did what, 16 all up, and it would have done another 8, so it could have done 24. And it's just from one Giant not going down. So well played